Hey guys, so the 5G network continues to get rolled out across the world, and as this does happen, it brings a lot of improvements and benefits to people using the 5G network compared to the current 4G that a lot of people use. And as more and more people across the world start to get access to the 5G network and start to actually use the 5G network, this will bring many benefits to certain sectors of the economy and will actually benefit a lot of different companies. So I thought in today's video I'd take a look at a few of my favourite 5G stocks to potentially buy in the near future, and I'll be looking at some of the key points and main catalysts for the stock for potential growth in the future. If you do enjoy this video and find it useful, I'd really appreciate it if you left a like on the video, as that does help out a lot. Also subscribe if you'd like to see similar videos to this in the future, and apart from that guys, let's get right into it. So first off, what actually is 5G? So in the coming years, the 5G network is expanding across many parts of the world, bringing faster and more reliable internet and mobile networks. Speeds are meant to be 100 times faster than the current 4G speeds, and the total capacity of the network will also support 100 times more traffic, benefiting all of the people that use it. So there are many companies that are involved in 5G technology and the rollout of the network, and many of which will greatly benefit over the coming years, whether that is from building and operating the infrastructure or selling products that have 5G implemented in them. So the first company I'm going to be looking at today is Skyworks Solutions with the ticker symbol SWKS. So Skyworks Solutions specialise in manufacturing semiconductors for use in analog and mobile communication systems, and are positioned to capitalise on the emergent 5G and Internet of Things opportunities coming their way. They currently trade for around $188 per share, giving them a market cap of $31.2 billion. So with many people working and learning from home, the pandemic has accelerated the demand for speed, reliability and security in connectivity, and there is now an increased demand for the technology that enables this. Couple this with the growing worldwide adoption of 5G, and we can see that there has been a big catalyst for Skyworks Solutions as a business due to them benefiting greatly from the increase in demand for 5G connectivity devices. So Skyworks Solutions are responsible for manufacturing chips and other electronic components that are used in these connectivity devices, and will therefore benefit from an increased demand for these devices. They are a major supplier for chips used in iPhones and other Apple devices, and actually generate around half of their revenue from Apple. So 5G subscriptions are projected to grow from 200 million to 3.5 billion over the next 5 years, reflecting an adoption rate that is twice as fast as 4G. Growth for Skyworks Solutions is therefore showing no signs of slowing down, and the stock is in a great position to do really well over the next decade or so. They currently have a PE ratio of 29.8 and a forward PE ratio of 17.5, suggesting that they are quite fairly priced at the moment and definitely don't look too overpriced. They do also pay a modest dividend yield of just over 1%, however this has been growing quite fast in recent years, with a 3-year dividend growth rate of 17.9%. So next up is Crown Castle, ticker symbol CCI. So Crown Castle is a real estate investment trust that builds communications infrastructure across the US. The network now has over 40,000 cell towers, 80,000 small cells, and 80,000 route miles worth of fibre solutions. They currently trade for around $175 per share, giving them a market cap of $75.7 billion. So Crown Castle are not a provider of wireless connectivity, but instead build and maintain the infrastructure that works to bring connectivity to people, businesses and communities across the US. This includes wireless coverage, smart city solutions and fibre networks. So 5G can't run without a solid network of infrastructure behind it that is constantly growing and being updated, meaning the role that Crown Castle play in the growth of 5G is very important. Now, Crown Castle also own the land under many of their towers, meaning that they have the opportunity to expand beyond their current core infrastructure if they so desire. So to support the US 5G network, Crown Castle estimate that there will need to be a much higher distribution of small cell nodes compared to what is needed for 4G. This is because the network of cell nodes needs to have a higher density in order to make the 5G network run in an efficient and reliable way. And if the density needs to be higher, then this obviously means that the demand for the small cell nodes is higher, benefiting Crown Castle. Now, Crown Castle are also a fantastic dividend payer, currently paying a 3% yield. Their dividend has a 5-year growth rate of 8.2%, and the company have stated clearly that they have a clear long-term target of between 7 and 8% annual dividend growth for shareholders. So this is great because it means you can get a good starting yield that will only continue to get bigger the longer that you hold the stock, making it a very attractive dividend stock. So next up we have Verizon, ticker symbol VZ. So Verizon are one of the largest telecommunication providers, making up one of the big three in the US. They provide the vast phone and internet networks to help keep millions of people connected. They currently trade for around $57.50 per share, giving them a market cap of $238 billion. So obviously, being one of the main mobile phone network providers, Verizon will be one of the main beneficiaries of the 5G network rollout and the shift from 4G to 5G. Millions of people across the US will be looking to get a brand new 5G phone plan over the next few years, giving Verizon a great opportunity to capture a large portion of this revenue. Verizon do claim to currently have the fastest 5G in the world, with peak speeds of more than 2 gigabytes per second, instant response times, and ultra-low latency. Over 60 cities in the US have access to Verizon's 5G network at the moment, and this number is only increasing over time. So Verizon 5G Labs is a segment of the company that works with local innovators to grow the 5G ecosystem, exploring the boundaries of the 5G network and co-creating applications and hardware. They are essentially creating a 5G incubator to partner with universities, startups and established companies to co-create 5G concepts and trial them on their already established 5G network. Now, Berkshire Hathaway bought 9 stocks in Q4 of 2020, one of which was Verizon, of which they purchased a pretty hefty 146.7 million shares of. Now, this was an investment of over $8 billion, which even by Berkshire's standards is a pretty large investment, and obviously having Warren Buffett's stamp of approval is definitely an encouraging sign to see for the stock. Verizon do have quite an attractive valuation at the moment, with a PE ratio of 13.4 and a forward PE ratio of 11.1, suggesting that there is definitely room for share price appreciation in the future. They also pay a pretty healthy dividend yield of 4.4%, making them a great option for dividend investors. So I did also just want to touch on a few other companies. Now, I did actually make another video similar to this back in 2020, covering some of my favourite 5G stocks, and these 3 companies on this honourable mentions list were in that last video. So if you wanted to go back and have a look at that first video that I did make, then I'll leave a link in the description below, and you can see more detailed analysis of these 3 companies, but I just thought I'd drop them in at the end here. So we've got Qualcomm, which is one of the leading semiconductor companies for software and services related to wireless technology, selling chips used for smartphones like the iPhone and many other electronic items. And we've also got Apple, and their iPhone sales have been really good and will likely remain very strong as many consumers look to get their hands on a brand new 5G iPhone in the coming years. And then finally we've got AT&T, which is another big 3 US telecom company alongside Verizon, who are also poised to take advantage of people refreshing their mobile phone plan to get a 5G plan. They do also pay a very nice dividend yield of just under 7%, so another great company for a dividend portfolio. So that is all for today's video, guys. Like I said earlier, go back and watch that first video that I did make for more 5G content covering different 5G stocks. A link to that will be in the description below. Please remember that this video is for purely entertainment purposes only, and I'm not a financial advisor, and this video is not financial advice. Please be sure to do your own research on any company before you think about buying into them. With that being said though, please be sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video, as that does help out the channel a lot. Be sure to subscribe if you'd like to see similar videos to this in the future. Drop me a comment, let me know what your favourite 5G stock is, and apart from that guys, thanks a lot for watching.